let me also welcome Nagaraj Shetti, who is here with us on the show. But Kunal, let me come to you first. On the markets, firstly, help us with your take on that, because for today we have been off the day's highest point, but a mild recovery from the day's low. How do you see the move going ahead?
There are multiple ways in which we analyze today's move. For example, the Asian indices, I was looking at the Asian markets. Many of these actually closed with a gain of 0.5% to 1% approximately. So that indicates that it's not as if that the sentiment across the board has been pessimistic or negative. There are indices which are bucking the trend and then showing signs of strength, or at least trying to shrug off what's happening across the West Asia. Now the other part is that we've not seen any major spike in terms of crude oil prices over the last couple of days. I think except for that first that single day up move towards $78-80 for the Brent prices. I think we are more or less seeing the asset class consolidating. The only reason why I would probably believe that today's selling, or not just selling, I think it's just 40-50 points down for the index, has happened is because of the option writing which has happened for individual strikes. So for example, right from the start of the day today, 24,900, 25,000 mark, these were the two call options where we were seeing some more pressure in terms of build up of fresh short positions. So maybe that could be just the only trigger where the markets are a little bit more sideways. But the stance which I mentioned even yesterday and today morning, that 24,700 remains to be a crucial support. Till the time we trade about 24,700 mark, the bias for index trader has to be on the bullish side.
Okay, so that's the take on the market today. But Nagaraj, coming to you, hi, good afternoon. Give us your sense on the entire IT pack, because over the last couple of trading sessions, even when we have been largely sideways, you have the IT pack that had managed to hold on to some notes of optimism. But today, IT has also slipped in the red, a 1% cut coming in. Do you believe that there is more, there are more legs to this IT rally and today is just a one-off, or do you believe that this surge that we had seen is now coming to an end?
Hi, good afternoon, and congratulations to ET now on the 16th anniversary. Looking back to IT, I think IT has made a low recently and moved up. And overall, if you compare with the IT with the other stocks, IT is relatively very strong on the sectors, and I think the more upside is likely. Currently, is showing some consolidations amid the global broader market, benchmark market weakness over the last couple of sessions, and I think the consolidation phase is what is going on in the IT is likely to end soon, and we could see some clear upside bounces in IT, frontline IT stocks, and even mid-cap IT stocks in the coming days.
This is going to be on the last 30 minutes or so of trade that are left today. Markets, little bit of a recovery, if we could call it, from the day's low for Nifty, 24,808. So that 800 mark is something that we've reached once again. Nifty Bank has also recovered slightly, but it's names like IndusInd Bank, Trent, Titan, Maruti Suzuki, Aisha that are doing well. On the flip side, it's TCS, HUL, Adani Ports, JSW Steel, Bajaj Finserv, HCL, Technopole, the hospitals from the Nifty 50 pack. That's not holding up all that well. Nagaraj, I'll come to you. What are you making of names like Trent and Titan on the charts? Consumption as a theme, we're hearing, or what we understand, is trying to make a little bit of a comeback. Trent and Titan are holding up very smartly today. What's your take?
Yeah, Titan, after a sufficient decline, it has made a bounce back in today's session after a few sessions of range bound action. Technically placed at the support of 200-day EMA, I think it has declined from 3,660 to 3,420 odd levels. There is a possibility of some upside bounces from the near term. I'm not expecting any bigger upside from here onwards, but having declined sufficiently from the higher levels for the near term, I think the upside bounce is likely for a Titan. Trend is also same story. We have seen some range bound action in the trend. It has declined recently from the 6,000 odd levels to around 5,500 levels. It is showing some upside bounce. More upside could be there till 6,000 levels, which is the next hurdle for the trend in the short term.
All right, that's about Trent, and even Titan is showing good momentum. But Deepan, help us with your take on IndusInd Bank as well, because for today the stock has been the top mover. That's after a brokerage Nomura upgrade coming in, where they are positive on the growth outlook, that for now the steps have been taken. The financials and the financial metrics should improve going ahead, and well, of course, the markets are also waiting for the clarity on who will take in charge of IndusInd Bank going ahead. But with this 5% move, do you really believe that the worst is really in the price for IndusInd Bank? And do you trust the kind of move that the stock is showing today?
I would go with the logic that the worst is already in the price, and I think the books may have by now undergone a very deep audit, and one shouldn't expect any more negative news flow from IndusInd Bank. And there's no doubt the stock is trading at extremely cheap multiples. At the same time, it is a very strong brand, great technology platform, fantastic distribution network, and I think if they can sort out their top level management uncertainties, the stock can certainly get re-rated upwards. But I think one has to be a bit patient in IndusInd Bank, because after such a major jolt, they're going to go a bit slow in terms of growing their loan book, and they may have to cede some market share as well. So from that point of view, I think it's not like a short-term trade or a short-term investment. But if you have a longer time frame, I think that IndusInd Bank may deliver top quartile returns within the entire banking space. Having said that, it's a company in which we and our clients are invested in.
Okay, so that's the take on IndusInd Bank. Deepan, thanks so much for joining us. On that note, we'll let you go. But let's understand what is actually helping IndusInd Bank stay afloat to this extent, where the stock is up 5.2%. Once again back near the day's highs where the stock is right now, and this is because Nomura has upgraded IndusInd Bank to a buy rating from neutral earlier. They've also hiked the target price. The house has increased FY27-28 EPS estimates by 14 and 16% too. Sharad is joining us with more details on what this move in IndusInd Bank is and where it's coming from. Sharad.
In focus is IndusInd Bank, and there's a significant upgrade coming in from Nomura, and they have upgraded the ratings from neutral to buy, and the target price that has also jumped from 700 to 1050 odd rupees. Now, of course, a couple of months there have been issues when it comes to the leadership exit and also accounting treatments and adjustment, but the broking house has stated that the bank has undergone a significant cleanup of its book, and also one-time provisions have already occurred. Interestingly, the near-term stock performance was muted because of leadership exits, but over the medium term itself, historically speaking, the stock has done well. Apart from this, the capital and the liquidity positions remain healthy, with CET1 ratio at 15.1%, that's a capital adequacy ratio, and the LCR ratio coming in at 118%. As per the broking house, there is a strong business model, and especially in the retail front, the significant improvement is coming. And also they have increased the FY27, FY28 EPS by 14 to 16%, led by highest net interest income and lower credit costs. Now, stock tracker 1 year itself, the stock has been down 44%, but from March lows itself, the stock has jumped almost 33 odd %. Now, out of 46 analysts tracking the stock, as per Bloomberg, buy rating is for 22%, hold is for 30%. That means majority of the analysts still have a buy or a hold rating. Sell rating coming in by 48%. Now, the highest target prices from the broking houses which we have picked up, of course, the highest one is 1660 from Nuvama, maintaining buy rating, and ICICI Direct also the number is 1350 with a maintained buy rating. Foreign brokerages, Macquarie 1210 is the target price with a maintained outperform rating, and the recent upgrade Nomura that has been upgraded to buy from neutral at the target price coming in at 1050 rupees.
So, Musharraf, for getting us all those details. So, take a look at Nuvama. They really have a buy rating on this call with the 1660 rupees targets. That's quite optimistic. But talking about for today's move, all credit goes to the brokerage note coming in from Nomura. But with this, let's also get you some of the tradable ideas from both of our experts. Then, and Kunal, you go first. Tell us which is the stock that you're eyeing right now.
So in terms of BTST trades, I'll go with two buy calls. The first one is about BPCL. That's a chart which is starting to look attractive. In fact, the stock has managed to show good support from the 310, 315 mark as a support. So would look out for 325 as a target and stop loss to be kept at 308. AU Small Finance Bank, a chart which has shown a very strong uptick in this quarter, and the stock is now almost perched closer to that psychological and round figure 800 mark as a breakout. I would suggest a buy with 825 as a target, stop loss at 778.
Alright, so that's a buy coming in on AU Small Finance Bank. Let's watch out for that. But Nagaraj, what about you? Which is the stock making up to your list?
Yeah, stocks mid caps and small caps have been in a good run. And though benchmark Nifty is in a consolidation, mid and broader market segments are showing some positive sign, showing some strength compared to the benchmark. I think on that front, some of the mid cap stocks selectively are moving up, which is the one that is Indus Tower. Chartically, if you see, Indus Tower was in a larger consolidation phase, and it was in a range with a lower end of triangle type patterns. Currently placed at the edge of moving above the strong hurdle around 395, 400 odd levels, now showing consolidation after a upside run in the last couple of sessions. The overall chart pattern is looking positive, currently trading around 392, 92.30. One can look to buy at this point of time. The immediate upside target would be around 420, and one can place a stop loss at 375. And second one, the Avenue Supermart is the one which is looking very positive at this point of time. I think the overall chart pattern is looking very positive. Once it breaks above the current hurdle of around 4,250 odd levels, I'm expecting this stock to move towards the next resistance of 4,500 levels in the near term.
Avenue Supermart's looking good to Nagaraj, but we'll slip into a very short break and be right back to talk a little bit more about markets on the other side.